Hello everybody, today we're going to the Tsunashima branch of BOOKOFF SUPER BAZAAR. It's about 15 minutes walk from Shin Tsunashima or Tsunashima stations. Right near the entrance there's a Showa retro section. This glass dish is by a company called Multiglass from Fukuoka Prefecture, most likely made in the 70s. So is this one. I guess they priced it higher as it still has the maker's sticker. This looks like Taisho period cut glass. It's a shame about all the damage though. These glasses are by Libby, I think, so from the US. That's reflected in the higher price. Here's a platter and dessert plates, perfect for fruit or Japanese confectionery. This is called silk art, with silk under a layer of acrylic. It's very, very Showa retro. Oh, this is missing its top. There should be like a turtle on the top of there, but it warms your sake. You put the water in the pot section underneath and the sake in the inner section. Anyway, it's missing its lid, so I won't be getting that. They do have a lot of kokeshi here, but I find them a little bit pricey compared to the flea markets. This traditional type is Naruko style, and the one to the right is Togata style. That's a cute sosaku one, but not the best condition at this price. This type of mother of pearl inlay in lacquer is called raden zaiku, a technique brought over from Korea. It's super detailed. This is beautiful, but it does have a lot of damage. Wow, at this price, but yeah, it says it has some cracks and that it's a contemporary piece. I don't know where this is from, but I really like it. I think it's a piece you might find in a Mingei folk craft exhibition. Oh, they've turned an old chagama tea ceremony kettle into a lamp. Here's another chagama. This one looks as though it has quite some age to it. I wonder if that would be cool as a plant pot, but super heavy to carry back on the train though. Some Ainu carved bears, a lucky god Hote, a brass eagle, and this wicker giraffe. It makes me think of, is it Andy from the channel All Put Together? She collects wicker animals, right? It's actually really cool. Look at its little tail. Anything imported tends to be expensive, as you can see here. These turtles made of 5 yen coins were featured in the Yanaka Antique Market video. You can see these ones are quite old because the color of the coins. It's of the mythological turtle called Minogame. He's supposed to have lived over 1,000 years, and that's why he has a long tail, which seaweed and algae has attached itself onto. He's a symbol of longevity, and the 5 yen coins means good connections, good fortune. We're now in the kakejiku hanging scrolls section. This one with the long-armed shrimp or scampi, I can say this was here for a while. I saw it about 4 visits in a row, so I don't know, maybe it's just not popular. These are stunning and in such good condition. In the center of the 88 Goshuin temple stamps is the monk Kobo Daishi, also known as Kukai, the founder of the Shingon sect of Buddhism, which actually the Japanese side of my family follow, though very loosely because we're mainly more traditionalists than religious in Japan. I showed this one in my Instagram stories at the time of recording, the one with peonies. This, I believe, is Chinese rather than Japanese. It's beautiful. I love it. And it's only 880 yen, so I'm gonna get it. Here's a cool one of the monk Bodhidharma or Daruma. Story goes he meditated for so long, I think it was 9 years, so he lost the use of his arms and legs. This is a summary one with the morning glory and the stream with the fish in superb condition. It's really good for the hot season. It cools you down just by looking at the scenery of the water. This one is very old and unfortunately has a lot of damage, but it's amazing. I mean, look at the landscape and the highlights in the white just popping there. It's a shame about that rip. Now, I really ummed and ahed about whether I should pick this one up. It's a silk embroidered piece of a bushi or samurai. Love the subdued colors of the silk threads, but it's so huge, so hard to ship. The price I thought was great, but I didn't like the line across above his head. I think they ran out of fabric and that just bugged me, so I left it, but I kind of regret that. This cabinet where you can display your tea ceremony items, it's in such great condition, no flaws. And look at the price, amazing. Okay, this is actually a different day because I was in a bit of a rush last time, so I didn't get the opportunity to film the other sections. So let's start in the figurines area. This box with the enamel flower is pretty. It's made of metal, but I'm not sure what kind, and it's lined with a silk fabric. Here's a multi-glass pumpkin. You can see how the base is frosted, right? I sometimes see videos of resellers in other countries that state all non-clear bases of glassware indicate they're made in China, but honestly, sometimes they're actually made in Japan by the company Multiglass. These are cute Hina doll Dore clay bells, but that's sad. He's got a huge chunk missing. Look at this very solid wood carving of Jurojin, the lucky god of longevity. You can always identify him with his long head. He's missing his staff or rod, but I'm going to pick him up because I think that's a good price for one so solid. This is a kokeshi from Yakushima Island, and it's made of Yakushima cedar wood. It should be in a pair though. I quite like this glass vase. It's a modern piece, and I looked it up and saw it was being sold for over 4,000 yen. However, I wasn't quite sure how you clean it, so I put it in my basket, but then I put it back. This tanuki, that's part kettle, is based on the folk tale Bunbuku Chagama, which is about a shape-shifting raccoon dog. Some more lucky gods, and then this ornament for the year of the rat. It has the word for good fortune, fuku, on it 3 times. Yeah, it's very weighty. Interesting ceramic tiger. More tigers made of tiger's eye, and koi fish made of agate. This is actually a contemporary piece and usually a bit cheaper than what it's been priced for here, so that's a bit of a surprise. Cool looking though. I thought this Hakata Ningyo, Hakata doll was beautiful. I don't usually pick them up, but was considering this one until I saw her finger is chipped. It's a shame because she's so pretty. I like this lucky god Hote-san with the rats on his sack of money. He's so good from the front, however he has a whole lot of damage around the back, like the lacquer is coming off. I wondered if I could fix this, so I took it home as a project piece. This looks like a souvenir frame made of wicker. Quite old, but I like it. It's kind of boho. Okay, this isn't my thing, but I thought I'd show these Mikimoto clocks with genuine cultured Akoya pearls. Low prices, but they all have stickers saying that they haven't been checked if they work, so that's a risk. Yay! With his arms up, looks like the lucky god Ebisu-san. Oh, and I just realized there's a Hote-san with his arms up in the back too. And some boobs to the right, I do apologize. This is an inlay technique called Yosegi Zaiku. Hakone is famous for it, and they use natural colors and textures of the wood to create these geometric patterns. This one's jam-packed. It's got a lot of different patterns, so very elaborate, hence the price. It's really well made. If bought brand new, it will cost probably 4 to 5 times more than that. Okay, we're going to spend some time in the vases area now. By the way, they have slightly changed the layout of this branch. They did so about a week after I filmed this. You often see this beautiful turquoise color in Mino ware. They have several hand-blown glass ones today. This one is by Kamei. Luckily, there's a sticker on the bottom to help identify it. And then this beautiful vermilion red or orange with gold leaf flecks. I'm pretty certain this is by Kurata Glass, 1980s. It's a clean finish on the bottom. I've seen something exactly the same with a label saying Tsugaru Bidoro, so it's probably glass from Aomori Prefecture. I believe this very fancy one is also Kurata Glass. This is Shino ware, a type of Mino ware from Gifu Prefecture. This one has plum blossoms, but sometimes you see the same type with cranes. Oh, this one is super heavy, and I really wish I could have bought it for myself, although I'm restricting purchasing for myself at the moment. I first thought it was Shino because of the iron glaze, but then I wondered if it might have been Mashiko ware. This is Arita Nabeshima ware with the peonies, although there's another one that's better quality up here. The sticker says Imari ware hand painted, and Imari ware is Arita ware. This style is called Iro Nabeshima. That gradation you see in the leaves and the plant itself is achieved by repeatedly painting and firing layer upon layer. You may recognize this type of design. Arita ceramic producers Fukagawa Seiji. Their logo depicts Mount Fuji with a river running beneath it. This is Kutaniware, not the type you're maybe used to seeing, usually with fine detailed painting and up to 5 colors. The orange speckled one is made of bronze, and then, of course, do you recognize this now? Yes, it's one type of bizenware pottery, beautiful round shape. I'll flip it over and again you'll see an almost dramatic potter's mark incision. This type of kutaniware you're more familiar with most likely, and this is also kutani. You recognize it for that almost spray paint kind of look. That's also kutani. This celadon vase is possibly Korean or at least Korean style. Oh, another example of kutani on the left. See, it looks kind of spray painted, right? Let's have a quick glance at the Western style crockery. Just a couple things. I'm pretty sure we had these at home in the early 80s. I definitely recognize them. They're actually quite cottagecore, aren't they? These Demitas cups made me think of both Jean Cocteau and Picasso's pictures of doves. It's an Yves Saint Laurent and Yamaka collaboration. This is another collaboration, Angela Cummings and Shiseido. This one is a ceramic rope basket on a pedestal from Spain. Now let's go have a look at the Yunomi teacups and the Kyusu teapots. Do you recognize it? The more familiar type of kutaniware with the yellow, green, purple, blue, no red in this case. The one on the right is also kutaniware. These are bankoware cups from Mie Prefecture. There's different kinds of bankoware, including a lighter colored clay, but this reddish brown is also typical. And this is hagiware from Yamaguchi Prefecture, recognizable by the light pink there on the base. This is by Tachikichi, the brand from Kyoto, and the cups were likely to be made in Arita. That's upside down but says Tachikichi. I couldn't figure out who made this one, but again, I feel it's from Arita. There is that lovely Oribe green glaze and iron glaze drawings. Different pictures on each cup. Remove that plastic bit to use it. Often people keep it on by mistake, but officially you take it off to use. Yeah, it's a pretty pot, but I'm not into the plastic handle. See, this one has the bamboo handle, or sometimes it's wisteria. Looks far more elegant and higher end, I think, with a natural wood handle. I like the colors, but I think I prefer the one with the cherry blossoms that we just looked at. Looks better quality. Another one with a natural handle. I may have mentioned it in another video, but usually the maker's mark isn't on the teapot, but it's on the base of the teacups, like this. This is from a ceramic company in Arita called Nishiyama. More of a contemporary design, very thin, good quality. If you've watched my other videos, you'll recognize this red clay as tokoname ware. No maker marks on this one. Quite a few enamel plates today, some decorative and some to serve wagashi, Japanese confectionery on. And now we're in the premium brand ceramic section. These Guinomi sake cups with the monkeys are Arita-ware by Genemon Kiln. And here's another Arita brand, Koransha, with butterflies and Asian orchids. And these are soba choco for your noodle dipping sauce or broth, with a matching sauce decanter or soba tokkuri. Okay, we're gonna take a look at a couple of Japanese plates and then we're gonna finish with a short 5-minute haul. This is called a manaita zara, manaita dish, rectangular dishes with 2 feet that look like rows of teeth. Manaita means chopping board, so it gets its name from the shape. I think it's maybe seto-ware using an oribe green glaze. Now, this is a bit upsetting for me to have to look at this onta-ware decorative plate again. It was huge, and usually these cost anywhere upwards of 40,000 yen new. I've seen them over 60,000 yen before too. But there was a torrential downpour outside. There was no way I was going to be able to carry this in that. So sadly, I had to leave it behind. Just a 5-minute haul today. I picked up this wooden bead necklace. It reminded me of the Yosegi Daiku wood inlay that I talked about earlier, but I believe this is African craft. I found it for 300 yen, and this was listed and sold fairly quickly at close to 10 times the amount I paid for. Removed the picture and the backing and the sticker, which sneakily was hiding a bit of damage on the wood. However, I love the red tassels and the fact it's a glass front rather than plastic. So I thought this woodblock print would fit nicely. I added matting and cut a piece of wood for the backing. And the mark that the sticker was hiding doesn't distract too much because your eyes go up to the tassels, which matches the Chagu Chagu horse's ornamental nose band. Love finding decent secondhand picture frames. Got this black one with the matting for 880 yen, and for the moment it has the Munakata Shiko 1978 calendar print in there. Okay, here comes problem child. He looks pretty perfect from the front. Hote-san has been oiled, so he's looking in better shape. However, the back is a problem. That lacquer I feel is coming off even more when I was oiling. Wondering if I remove all of the lacquer in its entirety and then maybe varnish it. But he looks fabulous from the front and is looking good displayed on the shelf just now while I think about it. Here's Lucky God Jurojin with his long beard and long head. He symbolizes longevity. It's a very solid piece of wood and the grain is beautiful. He has been oiled. He's missing his staff or rod, which also would have been made of wood. These guys are often missing their additional pieces. The way the wood's being carved reminds me of mountain landscapes in traditional Chinese paintings. The wood grain on the back of his head is also lovely, really well thought out. This Chinese peony kakejuku hanging scroll is currently hanging in the genkan, the entrance of the apartment, as it's dark there and I'm trying to avoid getting any sunlight on it. This is the same for all my woodblock prints. Perhaps this one is a bit too bright for a tea ceremony situation, however, it's really cheerful. I don't know if that's the best way to describe it, but it certainly brightens my mood whenever I see it. Just some other items I picked up at this branch. A Taiwanese marble and cork coaster set with felt backing. 880 yen. I got this on the same day as the scroll. I usually don't buy Ainu carvings as there are so many around the figurines. However, these are more unusual and will sell well in the domestic market if I decide to sell on there. You can tell from the sticker with the map of Hokkaido that it has a lot of age. This is a cute contemporary oribe-ware lidded dish with white tsubaki flowers, that's camellia. There's a little fault in the glaze, that lime, which I didn't see at the shop. My eyes are really failing me these days. If you turn it this way, you can match the lid too. Finally, here's a gorgeous woodblock print of orchids by Yogo Hanada. Born in 1930, he was a school teacher up in Aomori Prefecture and only took up printing seriously after retirement in 1980 when he turned 50. There's amazing detail to this. There's the kanji character ran, which means orchid. Print number 8 out of only 50. I hope you enjoyed coming along with me to the Tsunashima branch of BOOKOFF Super Bazaar. Thank you so much for watching and see you again soon. Bye!